Hi guys, in our previous video we have discussed about PEL programming print operations. So in this tutorial we are discussing about the topic of how to install PEL software in Ubuntu operating system. Actually I am not thinking to explain about this Windows operating system PEL software installation. I hope you already know about this installation in Windows. It is easy, right? In Windows we need to download one file, that is a .exe file or executable file. We need to download. We need to click or double click on that file. It will go to automatically pop up the installation window, and there is a regular process is there. So it is a very easy compared to Linux operating system. For this Linux operating system also some of the flavors, right? Ubuntu, Linux Mint, those are the flavors. I think we will get it by default. So for this Linux operating system installation I will explain now. So we need to search here how to install PEL in Ubuntu. So then we will get a link like this. So we need to choose a first link, how to install Ubuntu H2S media, right? So this is my reference website I am using here for explaining you. I am using this reference website. So here we can get so before going to installation we need to update a software, so that's why we have a command, right? I know I hope most of the people know about this command who are using this Linux operating system. They already aware of this command. So I think this is a sudo apt update. It will update the software, Linux operating system software. Then it will go for the software updation. It will update the libraries, some required libraries in Linux operating system. If any new libraries is there, it will update in Linux operating system. So then we need to install our PEL software. So for that we have a one command is there, sudo apt get install PEL. So this is the, I think this is common for all the installations in Linux operating system, because after install here install, right, after install we are using Python or some other softwares. So this is same for all the softwares. So after installing this, it will take, I think it will take around 10 minutes only. For installing the software it will take around 10 minutes. So I have updated my software. I have installed this PEL software in my Ubuntu operating system. It takes for me 10 minutes only. So I will upload that video in my YouTube channel also. You can check that video in my PEL programming playlist. So after installing we need to check a version here, PEL-v, right? It will show the version. Let me check this version here also in my let me clear this thing. Sorry, wrong command. Clear PEL-v. So here showing, right, v 5.26.1. so this is the current operating system, current PEL software which I have, which it is in my laptop Ubuntu operating system. So after we need to install some modules also. For that we have a one more command. This is a command, it will install the all the modules, required modules in PEL operating system. So I will put all these commands in description also, you can check there and you can use those commands as your reference. So after this we have to install this sudo YAML. So I will explain about this YAML in my future. So for now you can use this command to install this YAML also. So this is the part of the installation. I told you, right, I have already put the video in my playlist also. You can check in playlist for installation. So I will put this all the uh, commands in my description also. You can check, you can use that command for your reference. So this is done for now. So now we are going for our regular discussion. So we are in, let me expand this. So this is, let me clear. Hi guys, this is Naren. In this tutorial we are going to discuss about some print operation in PEL programming language and some variables some how to get the input from the command prompt, like the things we are going to do this in Perl programming language. So in this tutorial I am going to discuss few topics regarding the print operations and inputs outputs, and if possible these addition and subtraction operations also. So let me open my folder. For this, you know, already aware of these commands, right? ls means it will show the list of the files. I am searching for my these programming folder. So I have one folder here, we call it as a directory in Linux operating system. So it is a Perl directory in my, so we have to open it. For that we have to use cd Perl, so it will automatically open that folder. So then we have to check inside the file. We have yesterday I have discussed about test.pl. So let me take already test.1 pl is there, right? So for we need, if we are going to open a file, we need a notepad or this text editor. So I am editing this file, right, Perl file. That's why I am choosing one notepad text editor. I am using here Vim. This is a text editor. So then we need to give a name for our file, test2 dot. So we are discussing about this Perl language, right? So for that we need to give the required extension for that Perl language. So this is a PL. So let me give. So it's open. After opening this after entering to this file, we need to edit, right? For that edition we need to click on I. It will go to insert mode. Then only we can write anything on this file, otherwise we can't do anything. So it shouldn't allow us to write the something on this file. So we need to click on I. So it will go to insert mode, then only we can write on this file. So in this Perl language we don't have any header files, so we can go directly, so like print, so like yesterday know knowledge chip Perl programming tutorial. Today is a 02 second video, right? So this is a 02. So if you not subscribe to my YouTube channel, could you please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and please share with your friends also, it will be more helpful for me. So and then we have to print it, right? For this in Linux operating system we need to click on escape and shift, then click on colon, then W for save, Q for quit. So it will quit the program and it will save the file. Then we need to compile it, right? So for that we need to give here this our language extension here, Perl. So then click on this. So it's printing, right? Knowledge chip Perl programming tutorial 02. So this is I have discussed already in my previous video. So now we are going for the new topic. So that's why again we need to open it. So vim test.2pl. so if we click and enter, it will open automatically. So what the topic is, here we need to give a variable, right? For that thing we need to select a dollar, shift so for that we need to give insert operation I, then dollar number num, let's take num equal to 6. So in this Perl programming language, semicolon is mandatory. If you not give semicolon, it will throw the error. So it will show the particular line doesn't have the semicolon, like that things only. So you need to we should use a semicolon. It's a mandatory thing. If you not use this semicolon, it will give a syntax error in Perl programming language. It is also same in C and C++ also. So this is also like that only. If we not give the semicolon, it will give a syntax error. For now I have created one variable called num equal to 6. I have initialized with 6, and I am going to print this value. Print, For printing also we need to give dollar symbol and num, so then it will print. I think let me check once again, so it will print or not. So sorry, something has happened here. I think I have clicked on so many times, that's why we got this. Okay, anyway we can go forward. Oh, actually something happened to this one. We save. Yeah, we have saved and we have to compile it, right? Yeah, compile, but we are getting syntax error, so we will check. These are the syntax errors in line 4, line 6. Are you able to see? Right here we are getting the syntax errors, so this is also one of our experience. So we can getting the syntax errors, we can learn from these also. So here 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. So we can check for these syntax errors, why we are getting these syntax errors. Let me check these syntax errors once. So where is this? Let me give insert, then we can go up line 4. I think it's a very huge, it's almost huge. I can try for control Z. No use. So let me close this file. Something has happened to that file, and I am opening another file now, m test3.pl. so here we have to give print. Before that we need to go for insert operation, otherwise it won't allow us to edit. So print something, PL programming tutorial. Programming, for now it's taking too much of time. Let me give PL programming only, and close this and compile this one. So you can check here, need to compile. So I told you, right, we need to give PL before this file name, so it will compile properly. So in previous file it is copied so many times, that's why it's so many lines is there on that file. I'm not able to remove the lines, so because it will take a lot of time to remove that files, and this control Z operation also not working in this Linux operating system, and I don't know other way to delete this operation also. I know these control Z and these things only, but that the things are not working this, right? We need to do backspace, it will take a lot of time. So I have skipped that file and I have created this one. So let me explain this thing first, and it will print, right? So we need to create a variable. So this time we will take number equal to 1. Okay, I have initial value with 1, and print number. Sorry, we have to take dollar symbol, otherwise it will not accept, it will give syntax error. Number -n. So okay, close WQ. Then we need to compile. Yeah, here, right, it's printed, right? You are showing here it printed 1. So let me clear these things, let me compile it again. So here PL programming, and it's a printed a value, number value, it's a 1. What happened, let me check what happened if we don't give these dollar symbol before the number. We have given dollar symbol, right? Let me check what happened if we not give this dollar symbol. Not give. For this we need to go to insert mode and escape WQ. We need to save this file WQ. So then we need to compile this file. Yeah, it's printing number only, it's not printing any value, but it's printing number only. So it's taking it's assuming that number as a string only, so that's why it's printing number. If you give dollar symbol, then it will treat that number as a variable, and then it will giving the value of that particular variable. So here, right, if we give dollar symbol only, it will treat it as variable, otherwise it is treating as a string and it will printing that string. So this is the we need to remember this thing before printing the value of the variable. We need to give dollar symbol also, so then only we will get the value. So this is, so now we are going to discussing about one addition operation, then we will close this tutorial for now. Let me take the another variable dollar number 2 equal to 3, sorry 5 not 3, number 2 equal to 3. So then take dollar result equal to, here also we need to take dollar number. So we are giving variable, right, it's dollar is by default, we need to use dollar for each time. So dollar number and dollar number 2, so then semicolon. If you forget semicolon, it will throw the syntax error. So then we need to print, right, print. So for this print also result, dollar result, don't forget dollar result equal to result slash n. So slash n, escape colon WQ, saving the file. So here value of what we are giving here, values is 1 and 3. So we are adding two values, so two variables we have initialized with one variable initialized with 1 and another variable is initialized with 3. So we are adding these two values, so we expected output is 4. So let's check by the output here. Yeah, we are getting 4. So this is the, you are seeing, right, you are able to see, I think here we got the 4, and after this I have used this result string, so that's why it's printing result. So this is the addition operation in Perl programming language. So before completing this tutorial, let me explain briefly about this tutorial what we discussed today. So actually in Perl programming language, this semicolon is mandatory. If you not give the semicolon, it will throw the syntax error. And in Perl programming language, we need to create a variable, we need to define a variable or declare a variable. So for this defining and declaration, we need to give a name, right? For giving the name, we have to use this dollar symbol before the variable name. After that we can initialize this variable. So when we are going to print this variable, we need to give dollar symbol along with this variable name also. If you not give this dollar symbol, it will treat it as a string. If you give the dollar symbol only, it will treat as a variable and then it prints the value. So for the addition operation or subtraction operation or any operation, we need to give the dollar symbol with the variable name, otherwise it will treat it as a string only. So these are the concept we have learned today. So in my upcoming videos, I will explain more about these Perl programming tutorials. I hope you like this video. If you not subscribed my YouTube channel, please do subscribe, and please share with your friends. Okay friends, thank you for watching my tutorial.